video, or tonight's video, I should say tonight, because it's like Saturday evening around 11 o'clock as normal. Boring, all by myself, so here I am. So I thought I would bring you guys something pretty cool that I thought about doing. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. I haven't really made it public yet or anything, but this video will make it public, and I hope you all give it a shot too. On my video, you guys have all seen me do the acrylic dirty pours or acrylic pour or whatever you want to call them. There's a lot of different pours out there, but it's with acrylic paint, and then of course, you know, your medium, which is the Floetrol, the silicone, and water. That's what I put in my, and of course the acrylic paint. You mix that all up and you dump it on a canvas, and then there's your design. Well, after you do a canvas pour or dirty pour, I put down freezer paper. You can buy it at your local Walmart where the aluminum foil and everything is sold. And I find that the runoff, which is the paint that's on the canvas, which runs off onto the paper below, is also, it's like you're getting two paintings in one, which is really pretty cool. I actually get more excited about the runoff than I do about the painting itself, which is really cool, but it's really probably crazy in my mind, but it's the truth. Because not only do you have your design on your painting or on your canvas, you also now have a design on the paper. And when you put that paper down, you want it to be shiny side up, and then after everything dries, the paint peels up perfectly for you to do something with it. Well, I found out two things that I did with it, and I will show you two examples. Keychains seem to be very popular amongst the groups right now, and I have done a few keychains in my boxes through my group, through Vicious Beauties. And yeah, those ones were just glittered, Mod Podge glittered, and then epoxy vinyl, which is the decal, and then epoxied again to seal that vinyl down. So I haven't really, like I said, I haven't really put this out there, but the keychains come like this. It's basically a blank. It's completely, there's nothing on it. It's exactly its name. It's a blank. It is a keychain blank. What you would do is when you go to do your design, you would peel the blue part off of the blank, and then it's clear. Let me see if I can get it off. I have no nails. I am waiting later this upcoming week to go get them done because the baby shower is this weekend, or not this weekend, next weekend. And yeah, you gotta have nails done, or nails did. So basically you're gonna peel this blue part. It's like a seal, you know, a cover for it. And it's on both sides. You can also pour on these too. I haven't poured on them yet because why? I don't know. I just haven't. So see, it's clear. So this is what you get. It's an acrylic, or yeah, it's an acrylic blank. It's hard plastic, and this is gonna make a keychain. You already got the hole here, and then yeah, it's pretty cool. So I'm gonna show you how to take this blank, this acrylic blank, and turn it into this. I don't know if y'all can see. This was a painting that I did. Do I have it underneath? No, I do have it. Do I have it, or did I put? I think I put it away. I don't know. Let me check. Hold on for a minute. I think I put it away. I haven't finished it. It was supposed to be a geode, but oh no, I do have it right here. I try to bring it under now. There's a little bit of cornstarch on it, but this is the painting. Hope you guys can see it. It's purple and gold and black, and that's it. Gold, black, and purple. Sorry for the cornstarch. I haven't washed it. So this was the painting, and then the runoff. I'll just set that down there on the floor. The runoff was this here. You guys see that? So basically, this is the side I would put the decal on. So basically, all I did was I tore the, oh, there is glitter in it. I guess I put a little bit of glitter in it. I don't know if you guys can see it sparkling. But what I did was I used the pores, the runoff, peeled it from the paper, Mod Podge the keychain, you know, Mod Podge to this, and then I just tore pieces off and then just laid them on my, my blank. So I will show you how to do that in this video. And I'm also going to show you how to do it on a cup. This is a cup I spray painted here last week or something, and I'm just not loving it. I know you guys are probably like, oh my god, but that's so pretty. I have the video of how I did the design. All it is a fishnet stocking, ladies, pulled over your cup, tied in a knot at the bottom, tucked in, and then you just spray the ever-living patooties out of it, okay, with your spray paint. That's it. That's how I got this really cool design, all right? But I'm going to show you the cup, and I'm going to do the keychain. But I'm going to do the cup first because, well, actually, no, we're going to do the keychain first because I'm just going to show you how simple it is and how cool it is. So, the paintings I did, the runoffs are going to be from, are these right here. Here's one of the paintings. Now, this is what happens. I don't know if you guys can see. Oh, there's a good photo. This is what happens when you use silicone in the paintings. The resin does not adhere to the paint. So basically, the baking soda bath, or baking soda bake, which is basically you put your painting down and you cover it in not baking soda, excuse me, cornstarch. And then you let it set for like a week. Then you brush it off, and then you wash it down with Dawn dish soap, very lightly. But as you can see, that did not work. I'm trying to get you a good view again. Right there. Do you see that? So when people in the groups ask, in the cup groups, oh, should I put the silicone and the dirty pour over the cup? Absolutely freaking not. Because you don't want this happening, because you're going to epoxy your cup, and that epoxy is going to give you the fish eyes or whatever, these little craters here, and I'm going to have to epoxy it again to cover it. But anyways, the runoff I'm going to use is from this painting. There's 3 of them all together. So there's that one, then there's this one, really pretty, really, really pretty. Yep, see, look at that, horrible. And then there's this one right here, okay? So we're going to use the runoff from these 3 paintings. Alright, so let's see here. I have 3 sheets. I think I'm going to go with this one first. As you can see, I have my pieces here of the runoff. Now, I did already tear some of it off from here, which is already laid out. Yeah, actually, I laid them already on the piece of paper. So what I'm going to do is peel this up off my paper. Actually, I'm going to leave it on my paper. And if you roll it over here on this side, you're going to see that there's a smoother side to the paint, okay? So basically, we're just going to look and see what little sections we want to use. Grab our blank. Excuse me, and I can just do it right here on this paper. I gotta get my little cup. I need another cup. You can even use these little dots too. The little dots come in handy. The little pieces come in handy when you have little pieces to fill in. So basically, all we're gonna do is we're going to wipe the blank down with rubbing alcohol. First thing, because you want to get all that, if there's any fingerprints or anything on there. I just sprayed rubbing alcohol on a piece of paper towel. Okay, there we go. My little holder, my little stand. Oops, sorry. And then I think I had another one. Yep, over here. And I'm gonna take some Mod Podge. Let me shake it up. Okay, I'm just using the gloss water base, the orange label. Okay, there's several different types of Mod Podge. I'm not going into all of them right now, but I've used just about every one, and I like this one the best and the blue label the best. The blue label is more for, well, you can use pretty much any Mod Podge you want. I'm not giving this cup away. It's just for experiment only, so I'm going to use the same Mod Podge on this one. Some people use the dishwasher safe for those cups, but I'm not, because they're not even supposed to go in the dishwasher anyways. Okay, so get your little Mod Podge in a cup, put it right here, or wherever. Foam brush, okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to pick up our blank, and I'm just going to, no, let's see. I'm going to cut this piece right here. Do I have my X-Acto knife over here? I do. Hold on for just a minute. I'm going to cut this off here. So I have a little workspace here with my, okay. So I can cut it with my knife. We're just going to cut it right down the middle. See, easy, 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 cheesy peasy, okay? So now we're just going to take our Keychain blank, and we're just going to put some Mod Podge on it. And it does not matter how much you put on here. You can put a lot, you can put a little. You don't have to be precise, just like with the cups, you know, we want to keep our streaks thin and not as noticeable. Oh geez, don't worry, you're going to clean the others, you're going to clean the side before you do anything else with it, okay? So there it is. All right, let's see. Now all you got to do is just take that piece and just lay it on, look at that, perfect hole size right there. You're just going to lay it on your blank. Just going to put it on there. Now make sure whatever pieces you are using for your paint roll-off or fallout or whatever you want to call it, you make sure it's fully dry. Now see, these little dots are going to come in perfect handy for me right here, because I'm just going to take that hole. There's a hole right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's right there. And I'm just going to put a little bit of Mod. Yes, you can Mod Podge over this. We'll get to that. And I'm just going to take a nice, pretty little dot, and I'm going to put it right there. Basically, how I look at this, it's like a puzzle piece. It's like you're putting together a puzzle, okay? So now, I'm just going to lay Mod Podge down on this here, and I'm just going to add another piece. Do you guys see what I'm doing here now? Okay, so maybe this could go here. Okay, that's all right. This is what makes handcrafts unique. All right, they don't need to be perfect, and you can do it any way you want to do it. That's the fun of it. Okay, and I'm gonna look at one of this little piece right here is calling my name. So basically, when you have all your stuff laid out here, and you're looking at all the different designs in the paint. Oh, see? I should have put on my little cup. You just look at the pieces and see how they would connect. Would this piece go good here? Would this piece go good there? And you got to be very fragile with it, because it is terrible. So don't go in there like a crazy ape and just rah, 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 rah. Yeah, hear me roar. Okay. It is very fragile. It's fragile. So be careful. Oh, be careful. Don't go cray-cray. Let's see, can I get this little dot right here? Yes, I can. Where's my tweezers? And I'm going to tell you what. These tweezers, they are eyebrow tweezers. They are the best damn thing for weeding vinyl. Right here. They are eyebrow tweezers. Needle nose. Awesome freaking tweezers. I need more pairs. Okay, so there you go. That is done, guys. That is done. So now you're going to do very carefully, and I do mean very carefully, brush over your pieces. Okay, all the way to the corner, all the way to the edges of your keychain. All right, and you're going to brush all over it. I hope I'm in view. Yes, I am, but the freaking light is shadowing what I'm doing. I kind of like to go at the very ends if there's ones that are overlapping. Okay, and you're just going to put a good layer on there. Now, with the ones I've already done, I did not have to go back over and do a second layer. So it's up to you. If you want to do 2 layers, that's your choice. Now, this is going to dry overnight. You gotta let it sit and dry overnight, and then when it dries, I'll show you the steps. Okay, there's gonna be steps to doing this. So we're gonna put this little bad boy over here, and he's just gonna ilche, basically chill. If any of you guys know Pig Latin, just means chill. So let me see, no, I'll show you the results when we flip it over. It's pretty cool. I was gonna glitter this one, but let's do this heart too, since that went pretty quick. You guys are probably like, that did not go quick, Beth. Are you kidding me? So the blanks, I will put in the description box below where I order my blanks from. It is a Facebook group. Just let her know that I sent you over there. There is questions you have to answer before you can be allowed. I think every group does it now. But it's a good group, and they're very inexpensive. I think this one only 70 cents. And then I think the highest one I've seen, maybe $1. Not even that, guys, I'm telling you. But there's 2 places I get them, but my main frame is through the one I'll let you guys know. I'll put I'll put both places in the description for you, and you can make your own choice. This one here is from, I believe it's from my girl. I'm not sure though, because I get them from 2 different people. So, okay, anyways, so we're just gonna, oh, I need another cup. Always make sure you have a little stand or these little measuring cups underneath there, or a cup, any little cup, so you can have that balanced on there when it's ready to dry, okay? So just keep that in mind. And also do not Mod Podge over the hole where the key ring goes. Oh, also, if you do order the blanks, the key rings come with it, so you can completely finish your keychain. I mean, just try not to go over the hole. I mean, I got right next to it, but oh well. Just try. Dang it! But her fingers tonight. All right, let's see here. What do we got going with this piece right here? Ooh, that's pretty. Let's try this one right here. I have a whole sheet, and I do mean a sheet. You just, when you get your runoffs, you just look on your sheets and see what you have. Here's another one. Look at that. That's pretty badass, if I don't say so myself. That's pretty cool. So I only go and do one that has more like uneven pieces, so you can see what I'm saying. You can take an X-Acto knife and cut around and blah 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 if you need to, or trim it up. So we're just gonna lay this bad boy right here. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can scoot them up or scoot them over. We're gonna scoot them over. Oh, well, now if you do that right there, covering the hole, just press in on it. Just press in on it. Just take your tweezers and just reopen that hole. That's all. That's all you gotta do. Okay? All right, now we're gonna take, that's what I forgot to say, when you put on a new piece, always add the Mod Podge to that, like a puzzle. You need that glue to hold it there before you add your next piece, Let's see, what do we got here? I'm gonna lay this bad boy back down. Let's put that there. Let's see. What about going this way with them? Yeah, that'll work. Slide them on in there. Slide them on in there. And don't worry about it if you got curved keychains or anything like that, because it'll all, you'll see what goes on when I show you the next step after drying. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my layer of Mod Podge on this because this piece is pretty much done. There's a piece that got on there. I have to get my tweezers and remove that piece. Okay. Now let's see, we should find, this piece might be good right there. Just puzzle piecing it, people. That's it. It's like a big old puzzle. Then you just seal that down with the Mod. And it's okay if it looks uneven. That's what gives it character. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. But that's what gives it character. It's pretty cool. So now you're looking at something that looks like a blob. But trust me, oh geez, it will be worth it. Okay, so let's move this bad boy over here so we can put little guy over here. Oh, I gotta remove that one piece. Don't play with it too much because it is fragile. Like I said, the paint, you're re-wetting the paint. So sometimes it can get sticky. Not sticky like ooey gooey sticky, but it'll start running. See how that got tacky? Tacky, not sticky. Tacky. I did not put enough Mod up here, so I'm basically stiffening the piece back up because that part is very important for the next step. Okay? All right, so we're just gonna put him right here to chill. All right. And put them in frames so you guys can see them sitting there chilling. Okay. So, let's do the cup. I think the cups are fun. I did 2 cups about 2 months ago. But my dork ass, and I mean dork ass, spray painted them over the painting. Stupid move. Stupid move. Retarded. So don't make that same mistake. If this is the design you want, keep it that way. Because I was going to try to make a geode out of it. Because I thought it would be pretty to see it peekaboo through the cup. No. Nope. Nope. Don't do it. Just leave it how it is. Alright. So now we have the cup. So basically I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to Mod Podge the cup, and then we're just going to add puzzle pieces. I'm going to call them puzzle pieces because that's what it reminds me of. Now I'm going to put a little bit of thicker layer here on the Mod because you're not going to see it anyways. So like I said, you don't have to be precise when you're like normally glittering and glittering a cup and all that jazz. So actually I want to put a little bit thicker coat so I can see it. Okay. All right, let's get a piece of paint on there. Like I said again, oh, what's that? That's got a big bubble in it. I can't use that one. Puzzle pieces. So start up here, start down there, wherever you want to start. And it's very moldable. You can mold it to the cup. Tacky though. It's going to get tacky, but don't worry. It's okay. It's okay. Overlap the pieces and smooth it out. Mod Podge it. Lay it down. Mod Podge is your friend. Now I'm gonna put the layer of Mod down. And then what I do, now this is a curved cup. I've never done it on a curved bottom, so we'll see. I just go along and I press it down. But then again, you don't even have to do that because we're gonna keep layering. So that's up to you if you wanna do that. You honestly don't need to because you can do that after you put your piece on. I think you guys should go heavy on the Mod as I'm feeling it. Go heavy on it so you can see where the heck you're gonna lay it. And make sure you put the smooth side down because I did not put the smooth side down on the last piece. Again, just puzzle piece it. We're gonna fix the little holes in the little areas afterward when we get done and go around the cup. Okay? I need more Mod Podge. Wow. The cups that I did spray paint, I did epoxy them, and they turned out perfect. I don't think I had to epoxy them twice. I think I did it one time, and they were pretty. It went pretty good. So I guess I should have laid my pieces out instead of instead of just talking. Here I'm trying to show you guys something and I'm not even following my own directions. Okay, now understand these are pieces of paint that has set for, God, I did these paintings 2 months ago. But you can use freshly dried paint clippings or whatever you want to call them. Okay, you just take a little bit of that Mod, hold that down. Press that down, press that down. I think what's so cool about this is that everybody can do this technique. They sure can, but of course, any technique, everybody's results are different, but this is definitely something you are not going to be able to do again. Because when you do acrylic paint, when you do the dirty pours, it don't matter if you use the same color combination you did on so-and-so painting, it's not going to turn out the same at all. And I think that that's what keeps me intrigued about the paintings and about that, because it does not matter, because it's not going to look the same the second, the third, the fourth, or fifth time. You get it one time only, and that's going to be a problem right there. That's probably a dried piece of Floetrol. I'm just going to peel it away with my finger. It's okay. All right. I need a piece for down here. Smooth it out. All right. But I do like the design of that one together. But guess what? I kind of need a piece to go right there. Okay. I'm kind of seeing now, see how I just did that? I don't think you guys are going to be able to see that, but I could put a piece of thing over that, but that's yellow, so it's kind of blending in with the pattern. So we'll just leave that one like it is right now, and we'll just finish what we're doing here. And we'll go back, and I'll figure out if I want to do it that way or not. Oh. Okay, I am running out of pieces. I don't know why I did it that way. Bring your pieces all the way up to the edge of the cup. At the very top of the cup, okay? You'll see why. If it looks like it's bubbling, don't worry. When you Mod Podge it again, you can go back over it and Mod Podge it. I'm gonna put this piece right here. Slide it over a little bit. Nope, it's not gonna slide over. Okay. Let's see, we got this big old hunker. Let's see if I can use that to fill my cup in. I got quite a bit to go yet. All right. Let's see, how's this guy gonna, okay, we'll put that guy right there. Oh, bumpy. Crap. All right, I need more Mod Podge. Oh, dear Lord. Bless his name. Daughter up there making hella noise. All right, I need more pieces. Okay. Oh. Now, even though this was 3 paintings, I do have a lot of pieces. But that's fine. You will have enough pieces off of 1 painting, okay? Always. You will always have enough pieces off of 1 painting. So don't think you have to do 4 paintings at a time to get a good amount of pieces to put down. Okay, just remember that. Somebody's getting something up there. Somebody's getting some cereal. Emily. I need a piece up there. Oh, geez. Okay. Puzzle piece, babies. I don't know about you guys, but I love puzzles. This is like a tumbler puzzle. Puzzle tumbler. Okay. We are coming down to the end. Let's put this guy right here. Yep, it feels rough, but once you put, it's texturized, but once you put the epoxy on it, it looks pretty cool. I'm telling you, it looks pretty badass. I was pretty shocked by it. I have just been so damn busy with this baby shower and grandbaby coming. I have had no time. That's why you guys got 3 videos back to back yesterday, because I finally had a little bit of leeway to get my videos uploaded. Okay, I'm getting more. We're running out of paint runoffs or dry offs or whatever you want to call them. I'm going to cut this big guy right here. That's the smooth side, so we're going to put him double down here, and I'm going to cut that piece off before, well, shoot. Can I cut it with my, oh man, I should have cut it with my knife. Oh! There we go. I got that, biatch. Okay, anywho. Little bit of comedy there for you. All right, so I'm not too worried about the little crevices here. I think it looks pretty cool, but I will fill them in. Paint these down. Yeah, paint that down, paint that down. Okay. So we got a big gap right here. Is this piece big enough to fill that gap? Sure the hell is. Sorry it's late. And let's see. Okay, we'll go around and do the little gaps. I gotta get these filled in. This here needs to be filled in big time. We're gonna put this bad boy right there. Scoot them up a little bit, turn them sideways. You know, puzzle piece. Just make it work. Make it work. Make it work. All right, let's get some more on here. Now you guys are thinking, oh my God, that's a lot of Mod Podge. It's okay, it's gonna dry clear. It's going to dry clear and you'll see, it's pretty cool. All right, I see a little curvage right here, so we can put this guy right there. Push it down, smooth it out. And, ooh, I'm running out of pieces. Oh, geez. Jiminy Crickets. Ow, elbow. Put that guy right there. And then I'll use one of these little dots. I said dot, not thought. One of these little dots, because you'll get little dripples. Don't toss them. I'm telling you, you guys will sit there and look at your if you guys do paintings, you're going to sit there and look at them and be like, ooh, what can I do with that? What can I do with that? Well, I'm going to leave that open right there. I think that looks pretty cool. You guys will see it. Hold on. That looks pretty cool. See how I got the 3 dots there? Okay, and then I'm going to leave that right there like that. I need one good piece to go in that middle, and I don't know if I have any. Oh, look at you, Mod Podge. You remind me of Elmer's glue. All over my fingers. Okay, let's see here. Okay. I think what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to stripe it along there, make it curve, and then we're just going to Mod it down. Stick, baby, stick. Oh, I didn't even see your long tail on there. So we'll use that to go right there. Listen, it's either going to be the prettiest, coolest ass cup or it's going to be the most ugliest. But hey, you know what? That's where you just go with the flow and see what you can come up with. You know what I'm saying? It's a learning process. And this is just an extra way to use those pretty little drippings from your paintings. And those of you are probably like, those of you that don't paint, you're probably like, shit, now I gotta paint. Because I want to try this. Well, no, if you don't want to, let me know and I'll make you a cup. I gotta make you a painting first. So you can get like a 2-for-1 deal. There you go. But okay, let's see here. Alright, if you're gonna see it bubbling, don't panic, okay? Don't. Because when the epoxy lays down on it, it looks pretty cool because it flattens it. It's just, I don't know, it's just a cool, like a patchwork cup. And it's different, you know? So, give it a try if you want to. If not, oh well. Didn't mean to waste your time. You can watch me waste my time. This is my head, guys. I just got things flowing all the time. As if you all probably didn't know that already. I think I'm just going to leave those open like that. Now, the bottoms. let's see. Yeah, I gotta fix that bottom over there. I gotta fix that bottom too. I gotta even see if I have any more pieces. Mod Podge, really? Ugh. I don't have a lot of pieces yet. A lot of pieces left. I'm telling you, I had a collection of skins laying around this house, and David would come down and be like, what in the hell is all that? Well, it's skins from my paintings. I have plans for them. Oh, and here's my plan. See if I can put this bad boy right there. I hope I've been in view the whole time. If not, I'm going to be ticked. Let's see if I can put this bad boy right here, and it's yellow too, so... Oh. Just enough to cover it. Okay, so there she is. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but yeah, you'll see it popping up. Don't worry about it. As long as you've got a good layer of Mod Podge on there, everything will be fine and dandy. Like I said, it's gonna look like it's bubbling up, but when the epoxy goes on it, that's what looks so cool, is that it like captures that in time. I don't know, it's very, I'm leaving that open right there because it's pretty cool. I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do with the bottom. And then you'll see the bottom when I bring it all back. So, I hope you all give this a try. If not, at least it's something that could give you something to do. I don't know. I still think if you guys haven't tried paintings yet, you should try them. They're pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look at it now, see if it needs anything. And I kind of like it. I don't think I'm going to add any extra spots anywhere, except for I'm going to fix the bottom. And then I'm going to leave it at that, because I do like I said, I like that right there. I like that opening. And, alrighty. I will bring you all back for the next step. Alright guys, bye. Alright, okay. Got that. Alright, I am back to show you the dried cup and keychains that we did the other night of the acrylic pour drip-offs or runoffs, whatever you want to call them. And what I did, I will recap. I did the cup with the runoffs. All I did is I just Mod Podged it to the cup like a puzzle piece, and it looks pretty cool. I didn't do anything to the finish of the bottom because I'm not worried about it. I'm not, like I said, this is an experimental cup. If you guys do your own cup, you're going to want to finish the bottom, or even just leave the bottom off. It doesn't, you could leave the stainless steel just showing. Also, you don't have to have anything on the bottom of the cup. You can do it stainless steel or plastic or whatever cup you're using. I just used this because this is the cup I had. It was already spray painted, etc., etc. So here it is. Yes, it does look rough. It's gonna look rough, but I'm gonna tell you what, when the epoxy is on it, it looks pretty freaking cool. So now what I'm gonna show you, here is the keychains. They are all dried and ready to go. And as you can see, this is the underside. Let me see if I can get a good view of that without the glaring of the light. So this is what it looks like on the other side. This is the side that we Mod Podged and placed it on, and then this is the side that is going to be shown through the keychain. So there's the circle, and then here's the heart. This is the side we modged, okay, and then this is the side of the heart. That's what everybody's going to see, the design. Isn't that pretty cool? It's beautiful. So now what I'm going to show you is how to trim off the excess. You're going to need an X-Acto knife or a razor blade or something sharp, or a sharp knife, small preferably. And then you're going to just flip it over and you're going to see where the edge is. All you're going to do is you're going to go in there, make sure I'm in view so you can see, and you're just going to trim off the excess. And it's going to cut super easy, so you don't have to worry about giving it too much pressure. So please be careful. And if you have a child that helps you with these, which is a perfect craft for a child, do not let them do this part because it does include a sharp knife. But you do not have to put hardly any pressure on the knife at all. It will just glide right through it. But be careful. Do not try to pressurize it on the other side because you don't want that to come up or anything, because it could still come up. So you're just going to trim off the excess and just follow right along the side of the keychain. And you can feel it. Just get the big pieces off and then you can go back around and trim whatever's left. Because like I said, I got this big piece here. It's in my way. Actually, I'm going to tear it off. And then I'm just going to keep going around here and trim it off. Now I'm going to go back this way. I'm going to flip it over and just trim around it so I can see what I have over here. Gives me like a better side view of what needs to be trimmed off. Super simple, guys. Super simple. So just feel along, look, see what needs to be done. See right there, it needs to be done. And that's pretty much it. And now we'll go over and do the heart. If this is if you're gonna try this out the first time, use a circle. Don't try getting all the intricate, pretty cool designs of the blanks out there and then try to make one. You know, you want to give yourself a good practice start. Make sure you can do it and get the feel for it. Okay. So now we're gonna do the heart. Just gonna do the same thing. Just gonna go around and trim it around the heart here. See here, I'm gonna have to go down. This is gonna be a little tricky. Actually, I think I'm gonna put that down here and cut around it. Oh well, that might be easier to do. Do it that way too. Make sure your cutting mat though is underneath your excuse me, your paper. You don't want to cut on your table. I have my self-healing mat under my freezer paper here. Did I piece that out? No. There. And it's fine, don't worry. I put the freezer paper down because I'm going to be working with epoxy. So I just want to just have my self-healing mat protected. I don't want no epoxy on it. Epoxy is a very finicky and tacky substance. And we'll talk about that here in just a minute. I'm just going to trim up my heart, make sure it looks okay. And there she goes. All nice and trimmed. And here's the other side of her. Very pretty, very pretty. There it is. I just want to make sure I'm giving you guys good light where you can see it. Oh, I need to trim that some more. I didn't see that till I brought it down. Okay, so there they are. Here's the one, the round. That's the other side that the people are going to see on the keychain, and then here is the back side where we Mod Podged and placed it, okay? And it is going to be rough, so don't think this is going to smooth it out. It's not. It's not going to be smoothed out. Let me see if I can show the texture until we put the epoxy on it. Don't freak out, okay? It's going to be a rough it's gonna be rough. But it'll be all right. Don't worry about that. Now I have a cup on my turner right now, so I will when I do epoxy the cup. Oh, when I do epoxy the cup, I will show snippets of it when I do epoxy it. I might even epoxy it or video me epoxying it if you've never epoxied a cup or anything like that. I'll show you guys how to do it, but right now I have a cup on there. So I am going to add that video when my turner is available and it's not occupied. I'm just cutting along the, you know, at the bottom of the cups, they have that, you know, that little bit, that little indentation on the cup. I'm just cutting around that, and I'm going to peel this off where I did put the paint down, because for some reason I don't want that hanging over the edge like that. That just didn't look right. So, and it's going to peel off because it's Mod Podge. Now listen, if you do anything with Mod Podge, even with glitter, well, number one thing, glitter a cup, and you don't like it, soak it in a bucket of hot water for a few minutes, 20 minutes or so, and let that heat get to it, and it's all going to come off. You'll have a whole new clean cup again. Alright, so there's a tip for you. So don't think that it's a fail. Now, if you have epoxy on it, you're going to have to strip it. Sorry, but I don't have no miracle remover for that one except for stripping. And I do have a video on my channel on how to do, I think, what is the easiest strip, which is the nail polish remover. So saturate the paper towels with nail polish remover, and then wrap it up with tin foil and let it sit overnight, and that stuff peels off. You will be amazed. So that video is on my page. Okay, so there's the bottom. I'm just going to leave it. I think it looks pretty cool. Gives the cup some character. And then I'm going to trim the top, just like I did on the keychains. Just going to go along the rim there and trim it off. Okay. The rim and the shape is your guideline. How about that? Okay, so you just follow right along with that. Very simple. Oh, that piece doesn't want to stay on there, huh? Well, I guess I'm going to have to Mod Podge that down some more before I do epoxy. Alright. Now, the top does look rough, and I will go in and I will clean around it, because we want that to be a good solid down. You know what I'm saying? You wanted that to stay down. Even if you wanted to, when you did do this, you can, oops, I took a little bit off there too much. It don't matter. If you want to, you can tape around the top of the rim and then just go on down. You know what I'm saying? Like normally on, excuse me, on how you normally do your cups. You know, tape the bottom, tape the top, da-da-da. Okay? So there that is. And I will do a video of me epoxying it when my turner, excuse me, is available. Because right now, like I said, I have a cup on there. Alright, so now epoxy. Everybody, it seems to be an issue with epoxy, and I'm going to tell you something right now. I am not a fan of the Mod Podge DM or the Mod Podge Dimensional Magic. This crap right here. And I'm going to call it crap because that's, to me, what it is. If you are looking for a clear, solid, glass-like finish, you're going to have to epoxy it. If somebody else has a way to make this stuff clear, then let me know. Leave it in the comments below, because I know everybody has their own preference of sealing, okay? For me, this did not work. If you guys can see how cloudy the bottle is, That's how cloudy it is when it dries. And I do not like that. I want a glass-like finish. Let me see if I have a keychain with that finish. No, I don't think I have one, because I did one. Ooh, I can epoxy that one too. I did one, but then I put epoxy over it. I don't know if you guys can see how cloudy that is in there. Let me see if I can get a good light. Do you see how cloudy that is in there? Just, I don't like it. I don't like it. I prefer, well, if I can hold on to it, I prefer this. See how nice and clear and shiny that is compared to this. I don't know if you guys are going to really tell, but there's a cloudy ring around the side of it. All right, and I do not like that. That's what I get from that dimensional magic, or this DM. All right, and I cannot stand it. I put it on. It looked clear in the beginning. When I came down the next day to see it finally finished and dried, it looked horrible. Horrible. It was chunky. It didn't look, not chunky. It was cloudy. And I'm not having that. I want a clear, crystal clear finish. Now, I'm not saying epoxy isn't perfect. It is not perfect. There is bubbles that you acquire with epoxy, okay? But you use a heat gun to pop them bubbles, and then we'll go away. I forgot to show you my diamond one. Yeah, that's another painting that I did. And this is the diamond. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. So cool. But I want the diamond crystal clear finish. And that's why I use epoxy. Both of these were used with that dimensional magic. I don't know if you can see the cloudiness on this one. You guys are probably like, Beth, I don't see it. Right here, right on the outside of it. Disgusting. I don't like it. And those go in my bye-bye box. This is one I did with the one of the paintings. I'm going to go on epoxy it while I'm sitting right here with you guys. But it's up to you. And just FYI, you can't shake this up. You can't do anything with it. They literally just want you to dump it on, spread it around, and you can't shake it. And that's the effect you get, the results you get when it dries. I don't like it. But if you get good results from it, continue to use it. I am not a fan of it, and I never will be. Okay, so epoxy. I use Alumilite. I use the one that you get at, or Amazing, the one that you get at Michael's. I'll put the link and everything all down in the description below. You can get the small box here. It's 16 fluid ounces. For me, is fine. I know everybody likes to buy. If you are a continuous cup maker or anything with epoxy, then I suggest you to go on their website and to order the larger gallon sizes. They do have the larger gallon sizes. So I mean, that is your choice to do so. But for right now, I can get this at Michael's. I can use my 30 or 40% off coupon on it, and it's good to go. I can do a lot of cups with this one box, because you literally need maybe about a half an ounce, not even that, to do a 30 ounce, less than that to do a 20, etc., etc., and even less than that to do a keychain. Okay, so Alumilite, Amazing Clear Cast. The purple box, or purplish blue. I think they got two different colors, but it's the purple box. I will put a photo of that box in the video at the end so you guys can see it, and I'll also put it in the description. Okay, so there's a lot of questions on how to do a keychain, epoxy in a keychain. There's some people, they ask that number one question, how do you know how much? Very, very little, and very, very carefully. You do not have to epoxy these twice. Like I said, I have a cup on the turner right now, so I have epoxy already done and mixed up. It does have some glitter in it. So right now, with a cup, you wanted to use it within so many minutes of mixing. You're going to mix part A, you're going to mix part B, equal amounts, and that's your mix. You're going to mix, mix, mix. You let it sit for a few minutes, and then you put it on your cup. It's going to be the same process here if you do keychains. Part A, part B, very, very little. You know what I would suggest? Do up your keychains, glitter as many as you can, or do this as many as you can, and then sit down and epoxy all of them at once. Because with a cup, like I said, you have to pour right away. You have to use it within so many minutes of mixing it. But with this here, you want it to set for a little bit to like thicken up, okay? And with this right now, it is a little bit thicker, and it's starting to get warm. So yeah, it's perfect consistency, perfect for what I need to do. All right, so all I'm gonna do is I'm going to take my keychain, I'm gonna place it on my little cup here, and I'm going to add a very small amount, and I mean very small. See how I'm putting that on there? And all you're gonna do is you're gonna spread it out. You're gonna spread it out. This is not gonna work for me, this little cuppy doodad. So I'm going to get me a wooden or popsicle stick. All right, so I put a little bit on the middle, and then what I do is I pick it up, and I'm just gonna press it out to the sides. See how it's a little bit thicker? And you wanna just spread it out. You're gonna pull it, bring it all the way to the sides. I don't even know if you guys can see what I'm doing. You wanna pull it, you wanna spread it out all the way to the sides. Very carefully, thin. So I'm basically pressing down as I'm pushing out, if that makes any sense. Pressing down as I'm pushing out, okay? Because you don't want a thick layer on this, because it will drip over. Because this is self-leveling epoxy. And just when you think you don't have enough, you have way too much, okay? So try to use what you have on there and work with it. If you feel that it is, oh shoot. I forgot that the hole is right there. So you're gonna wanna be very careful around the hole. Do not seal that hole where your keychain goes in, your keychain part. Because I have had them sealed before, and they were a pain in the to break through. Now there is an epoxy out there that I noticed, man, I don't know what's going on with my throat, that I noticed that is not as thick or as hard when it seals up. I'm not saying it's not hard, because it does seal, but it's more like a flexible epoxy, and that's the dual cast, I believe, and that's also available at Michael's. But I noticed that when I do my resin and my molds, I noticed that one, it was the only one I had on hand at the time. My daughter wanted to make some little like mermaid tails, and I had noticed that that did not harden up. It was like flexible more than the Alumilite. So just keep that in mind, that there is another one out, another epoxy out there that you could get that might be easier, might be better to use on the keychains for that simple fact of that hole, if you accidentally fill that hole. But if you fill that hole, I'm sorry. You can try to poke through it with something sharp, but I'm going to tell you what, Just don't waste your time because it's a pain in the butt. Okay, and there it is. I don't know if you guys can see. There is glitter in there. Okay, so I feel it dripping. So now all you're gonna do is just go along the sides and clean it up. Okay, so I see a little area. You're gonna want to tip it sideways just to see if there's any little areas you might have missed. Now, there is silicone. There was silicone in this painting, and when I epoxied the paintings, they completely, it didn't adhere to the painting. The epoxy didn't because of the silicone. So, if you do decide, you could even just, if you wanted to, just do a few paint colors, mix it up or do whatever, and just pour it onto freezer paper. Sorry, my daughter was upstairs talking to Dave and I didn't know. I thought something was wrong. I was listening. Anyways, just mix your paints. Don't put any Floetrol and silicone and all that fun jazz. Just mix them up and then put them on a paper and then the freezer paper, and then you can just peel it up. Let it dry out. Alright, I am back. My daughter came down in the middle of me filming, and sometimes she gets cray-cray and doesn't watch what she says or asks this crazy question. Okay, so I'm noticing on my keychain that some of it's pulling up from where the silicone is. So I'm gonna have to epoxy it again, which is fine. I don't care. It's a keychain. I will mix some more up and I can see it pulling away from here on the heart too. But since those are done, I went ahead and did the blue one while she was standing down here talking to me. I finished up the circle one as well. So I do not have epoxy or resin or silicone. Gosh, she flustered me. I don't know what the hell my problem is. Okay, anyways, these ones do not have silicone. This is just a blank side, nothing on it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to put the vinyl on it and then add the epoxy over it to seal it, okay? So I already cut my vinyl. I already did all that, and I already weeded everything. I cut all this stuff on my Silhouette machine. Silhouette Cameo 3 is the one I have. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to spray this down with a little bit of rubbing alcohol just to clean it up. Oh, this side. You're going to put it on the side, not where you, I mean, you can put it on either side, whatever you want. But I'm going to put it on the opposite side of where we laid everything down. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Okay. But then again, that side is really pretty. Can you guys really see that? It's really pretty. So I'm going to put it on, no, I'm going to put it on this side. Because the epoxy, I don't want too much epoxy on all of that. So, I do have to remove this. And I'm going to put Queen Bee. This is a 3-inch keychain circle. And I find that those are the perfect size for a keychain. So, you know, I'm not going to go into description on how I cut it on my machine and anything, because if you don't have a machine, it's easier for me to show you than to tell you. So maybe I will do a video someday with the machine and how I cut my vinyl and my decals and all that fun stuff, okay? Not today, though. So I'm gonna put down my queen. Oh, where's my circle? Oh, jeez. I'm flustered today. My goodness. Queen. And then my little bee right there. Okay. And we're just gonna peel the transfer tape off. Okay. And now we're gonna do the same thing with B, and it's freaking tiny. So anyways, as I was saying before she came down, if you wanted to just do Floetrol in with your paints to get the cool like cells and everything, you can do that. If not, you can just mix up your paints, add a little bit of water to it to thin it out, and then put it on the freezer paper as I was explaining. Sorry, David and distracting me. I was trying to listen to them upstairs. I didn't know something was going on. And I think that kind of confused what I was trying to say earlier. And here she comes again. Damn it. Okay. Concentrating. All right, so and there she is, Queen Bee. You guys see it? Queen Bee. Okay. So anyways, all you gotta do is put on the freezer paper and just spread it out and then let it dry. And when it's complete, it's gonna take a few days to dry, 3 or 4 days, maybe even a week. I would let it sit for a week or so for your painting to dry if you put it on a freezer paper, lay it down and put it down. But if you're gonna do a painting, same thing. It takes a long time for that stuff to dry. So the choice is yours. I would add the Floetrol in the water still, but don't add silicone because like I can see right here, it is peeling away from my key. I'm not gonna bullshit you guys. It's peeling away. It's like not adhering to the keychain. So I am gonna have to go over and epoxy it again. And I will take a photo of it so you guys can see what to look for as well, okay? So we're not gonna have this issue on this side because there's no painting on this side. And as you can see, my epoxy has gotten harder, or thicker, not harder, but it's still spreadable. Think of it like frosting on a cupcake, but carefully. Okay, I'm just gonna bring it out to the edges. Not like that. I'm getting messy now. Okay, bring it out to the edges. Just make sure it's smooth. This is really getting thick. Okay, and you want to just seal that vinyl in. So what I was just saying, we're not going to have a problem with the epoxy adhering to this side because there is no silicone. Silicone is an oil, so that to epoxy is like vinegar and oil. They don't mix at all. So yeah. So go around your sides and just clean them up. Now, if by chance you have drips along the sides, which sometimes you do, I've had them, you just take your X-Acto knife along there. Be very carefully because they will be hard to cut off, but you can get them off, okay? So don't freak out. You know, like I said, try it and see if you can do it. You know, it's a learning curve. I gotta get my torch. Only because that is a clear one. I'm just gonna run my heat over it real quick, just to pop any bubbles if there's any bubbles there. Yep, I didn't do it over here either, so let me do it on them. I don't know if you guys seen the bubbles just pop up, but there was. Not too long with the heat on there. You don't want to burn it. Trust me. Don't ask me how I know. Because I have burned them. Alright, so I'm going to show you on this one. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it or not. Probably not. So I will have to take a photo. But like I said, there's a lot of information. I hope I didn't confuse anybody. But this is done. These are done. The keychain is done. Well, those ones are not. This one is. Now I'm not going to vinyl these because well, I have one vinyl decal. It's a mermaid heart. I will probably put it on this one or this one just to finish them up. But I'm not going to bring you back for all that because I'm going to do the same thing I did here on that one. So I will have everything at the end of the video, the photos and everything for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please, please, please don't be afraid to ask. You guys can reach me on Facebook. Let's see, if you're new to my channel, please hit that like button and subscribe. I would love to have you. And I will catch you all on the flip side. Till then, everyone, much love.